Weebs are often in the spotlight and even disliked by some people for several reasons. Although often based on stereotypes, it still invites controversy. One of them is the assumption that weebs are too obsessed with Japanese culture, especially anime, and forget about their own native culture or even real life. But, do you know what are the characteristics of a weebs? Then, are you one of them? First, speak like Japanese people. One reason why people dislike weebs is their habit of imitating the way Japanese people speak, which can sometimes confuse or even annoy those around them. Just imagine, while you're chatting away, suddenly your friend says, "Arigatou gozaimasu," or "Yamete kudasai," with an accent that might sound more like anime than real Japanese. For those who aren't used to it, it can certainly feel odd, especially if said in a somewhat dramatic anime-style manner, perhaps with added sound effects making you feel like you're watching the latest episode of Shonen Jump. This often makes people think that weebs are trying too hard to be wannabe Japanese, even though they might just be so inspired by the Japanese culture they love. But yes, for some people, hearing their friends say "itadakimasu" before eating at a restaurant or saying "sugoi" when seeing something cool can feel like you're in an anime episode. Although this is actually a form of expressing their love for Japanese culture, for some people, this habit can seem a bit cringe or excessive, especially if done in the wrong place or in an irrelevant context. Another reason why weebs are often disliked is their tendency to adopt a cool style like anime characters, which sometimes makes people around them want to say, "Hey, we're not in episode 15 anymore." Imagine someone suddenly changing their speech style to be full of drama and darkness, with a very dramatic tone, as if they had just experienced an epic tragedy in an anime, while in reality, they are just ordering coffee. Or there are also those who try to do cool poses usually seen only in anime fight scenes, while in reality, they are just trying to balance shopping bags in their hands. For some people, seeing a weeb confidently imitate the cool style of anime characters, complete with sharp looks and sometimes over-the-top outfits, can feel a bit embarrassing or excessive. They might think that weebs are trying too hard to be like their favorite anime characters, to the point where they look like they just came out of an animation studio, while in fact, they are just waiting for the bus. Third, being fond of waifu. One reason why weebs often face dislike from those around them is their tendency to fall in love with their waifu, which is an anime character they unilaterally consider as their true love. Imagine someone willing to spend hours caring for their waifu poster, buying waifu-themed merchandise, and even considering their waifu as the ideal life partner. This can certainly make people around them wonder, are they really serious? For some people, seeing someone so obsessed with a fictional character to the point of neglecting real-life relationships, or even valuing their waifu higher than their actual partner, can feel a bit strange or disturbing. Of course, loving waifu is a way for weebs to express their affection for anime and their favorite characters, but for those who do not understand this phenomenon, it might seem like an excessive or even cringe habit, like treating Mai Sakurajima as an overly frequent neighbor. Perhaps for those outside the weeb community, the idea of having a relationship with a fictional character feels unrealistic and hard to understand, especially if the weeb seems more interested in talking about their waifu than sharing stories about real life. Well, there are actually many reasons why weebs are disliked, but from these characteristics, are you one of the weebs that many people dislike?